Hey everyone, it's the Tarot Counselor, and today we're going to do a career reading for Eric, who's asking about a new job that he's starting. If you like or are interested in tarot, please subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications, and if you're interested in getting a reading with me, go ahead and check out the links below in the description to see how you can work with me for any questions, situations, or concerns that you may have as well. Eric has been kind enough to say that he was willing to let this reading be public as well. So I guess sometimes I give people the option if they want to leave their readings public or private, depending on what the topics and the matters are. So we can work that with anybody on their own individual's needs. So I'm just going to finish kind of shuffling the cards here for him. And obviously, I think if anyone's watching from the far future, we are still just in the beginning stages of the global pandemic, which is wreaking havoc upon the job situation, people's careers, unemployment, and so forth. So I think in a normal circumstances, it would be a big deal or a big change to change or start a new job, start someplace new. But now, obviously, in this kind of new situation, that can add a lot of extra stress. So let's just take a look and see what the cards have for Eric and how we can him out. Okay, so the first card that we have for this reading, so this is the Five of Pentacles. So what the Five of Pentacles says is, obviously, for those who don't have any background, so I'm not a psychic. I just read tarot cards, and I actually don't generally, unless someone really specifically asks for it, I don't ask for any kind of background. So that these can be kind of cold or clear readings for people. But what Five Pentacles says is, five in numerology relates to kind of things having to make a change. Five of Pentacles, Pentacles relating to things in the physical world, your physical resources. It can be money, health, stuff like that. In this case, what it says, you see the people kind of outside the cathedral. These are the people, kind of the disadvantaged people outside, out in the cold and the snow. And so what this says is you probably recently, before this, had short-term loss in money or health or unemployment. So I'm guessing that means that there was kind of a gap between your previous work or previous career and then the new job that you are starting right now. And so obviously that has a negative impact on you if you go from bringing in income to not bringing in income. But really what the Five of Pentacles says is, you must make five in numerology is all about change. So therefore you must make a change to kind of move forward, to get stuck from this setback or this loss or this disappointment that you had. So I don't know if this was on the unexpected for you. Some cases I see readings in career where it's I've reached the end of what I'm going to learn or the end of my growth, whatever the case may be. That's not really what this card says. This kind of says, either you didn't have a bridge to prepare or weren't prepared for this, whether this was a layoff or an ending of your job with this group, but it looks like you had a short-term period of possibly being unemployed before starting this new job, and obviously that can cause lots of stress, especially at this time and age. So then the next card we have here, so this is Justice, and to me, Justice is all about letting you know that this is a major arcana card, so it's coming from your spirit guides or guardian angels, whatever you choose to believe in. You can see here with Justice, you got, to me, I think Justice relates to karma, because you got Libra here with the scales, the balance, and the sword that can kind of cut both ways, just like karma. So what this says is, whatever happened in the past with your loss of your previous job, there's some residual carryover that you're going to have to deal with, or at least your spirit guides or guardian angels are coming to the situation to kind of notify you about, to make you aware that, karma is in play, so therefore you must be really cognizant and careful of how you treat others, because as above, so below, you will reap what you sow. Karma will come back to you. So what this suggests is, whatever was occurring in the previous job that led to the end of the unemployment, if there's some unfinished business or you kind of got to let go of the situation, just know that, in your new career, the new work that you're going to be starting in with this new company, karma comes into play, and that's going to be important. So whether you're looking for a fresh start or just looking to get away from whatever negativity or the bad situation that happened to you before, as you proceed forward with this new company, if there are either some bad habits or some traps that you felt like you got stuck in, or things you didn't want to do that you had to do, I think knowing that karma is in play, you should really make a cognizant effort to keep that at top of mind, so that way how you treat others or how you give to the business or how you give to this new company is going to really come back and impact you as far as how that company feeds back to you, that kind of self-fulfilling cycle. So if you truly will come in with a new positive attitude, new fresh start, and give your absolute best in every ways you can, and kind of try to ignore the past hurt that you had, that's the best advice for you to kind of go forward in this job, in this career, so that you can kind of get a break from the past. Whereas if whatever was going on that caused this, or any kind of drama, if any of that kind of were to come up, or those same kind of feelings, whether it's I don't feel like people are valuing my work, or people are taking credit for my work, whatever the case may be, that could have caused some conflict in your past job or past career, you kind of have to let that go. Otherwise, that can kind of follow you and kind of not create that vicious, that cycle between you and the company where, if you go in and you really are a positive light of good in the company, then that's going to reflect back on you and where you can go with the company. Whereas if you're kind of trying to prove or settle old scores with a new company, and that would obviously be just to yourself. So I would take some time to really reflect. Obviously, if you have gone through a hard time where you maybe had a setback financially, you would want to go to kind of any company, think about possibly start a new job, make sure you get a salary. Now make sure that your intentions are more than just transactional with this company. So you're not just there for a paycheck, not just there for whatever that the short-term gain that you want to have just to get you out of this hole, but you're actually there for the right reasons. Whether you are or not, I would at least really sit with, are you really aligned with the intentions of the business or what they want to do for others? If you are, then that's great, and I think that will help feed this fulfilling cycle through the karma. But if this is a company that you are totally not aligned with their values or their mission or their vision, and you're just there to get a paycheck, then I think some of that negative karma thing could kind of come up in this current situation. So that's something I think I would just be very cognizant about and be very aware of. So the last card in your 3-card reading here, so this is the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords, again, the 8 is also related to karma and numerology, so that's going to be tied in here. You got this double-edged sword with justice, and now the 8 of Swords, all these here, so these are going to be tied together. The way I view the 8 of Swords cards, so swords in the suits are the air signs, so this is communication, your thought patterns and so forth. And you can see this card is really damned if you do, damned if you don't. So it really says is from the previous situation that you're dealing with, there's some leftover hurt or things that need to be said. So whatever caused the lapse in your employment, you really didn't get to resolve or tie up all the loose ends, so you're probably still carrying some negative or some harsh feelings from that situation. And so it really ends up being is damned if this card really means there's a tough conversations that you need to have, or things you need to clear up, but that in doing so or taking that action, short term it's long term it's the right thing to do, short term it's very painful to do that. So therefore, that's why you can see she's kind of bind up and tied or hesitating. It's because obviously we always want to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So to do something that we know in the short term will bring us some pain or discomfort, but which in long term is good, is obviously can be difficult for lots of us. But that's really the message of this card is, whatever hurt that you are carrying, or situations that communication things that are left unspoken, or hurts that you felt from the past situation, you need to deal with them personally. So whether that's on your own level, get your thoughts and your thinking straight before you start this new job, so that you can have the positive karma that you need to go into this job, or whether there's some whatever you feel wronged or feel like things that were handled unfairly, because obviously justice can also be about fairness, then you need to either, one, get your thoughts in alignment before you go into this new job, or you need to have those tough conversations and say, hey, now the situation is done and over with, and I'm no longer with this company. I really just want to talk to you in a non-political way to kind of clear the air about what I felt about this situation, how it impacted me, and just really almost like cleanse the air for yourself so that you can really get the fresh start that you deserve. Because otherwise, from karma, you are going to be carrying some of that baggage with you. Because you can see here, behind you is, usually a mountain is kind of your destination you want to go to. A castle or building structure in the background of tarot is places where you feel safe. So if you want through this new job or new career to be a place where you can feel safe or secure, not only financially, but also for your own mental health, then you need to make sure that you get the fresh start that you deserve to get the kind of positive karma that you deserve for this fresh new role. So you got to make sure that you really, cut and sever the tie or tie up whatever loose ends you need to in order that you can start this next job with a truly fresh slate so that you can give your best to it. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions or you need to talk anything more, we can work that offline. If you need some more insights on, either what the karma means or any of the kind of what the tough situation went with before this, just let me know. And then if anyone else is interested in tarot card readings for new jobs or careers, then go ahead and check out the description with the links below in there and see how you can work with me.